Well, I've always wanted my own intro, but after listening to that, I don't know how great that sound. Quick story about how that all came together, and then we'll get to the matter at hand, which is previewing the boys' basketball game Friday night versus Mora. So we're playing around with the new software here at the Herald, seeing what we can all accomplish just from a computer. And since we're doing high school sports, it came from, first of all, the first little thing is a school bell ringing. So I thought, okay, what's the next progression after the bell rings? Everyone leaves the school, goes out and gets in their car, and well, they used to always go turn their radio on. Now they probably just plug their iPod in. But for the sake of this intro, they turn their radio on. They try to find a station with something good on. So that's what I was going for next. Next, you find something you're going to listen to, which intros into me talking here. So if anybody cares out there, that's how we got from there to here. Now to the matter at hand. The Sock boys on Friday night will be traveling to Mora, actually with the girls as part of their double dip, if you will. And, Mora's a good team. I thought the first time we played Mora here in Sock, we played probably one of our best first halves of the season. Nick Lean did a tremendous job containing their 6'8" center, Andrew Good. He used his size and physicality to push him around and make him feel very uncomfortable. And that's got to happen again. Our downfall in the game here in Sock against Mora was that we didn't do a very good job of responding to Mora's inside-out game. They had their way with us as far as around the perimeter. We didn't do a good job of reacting to their ball movement. We didn't close out well. When we closed out, we jabbed. We didn't break our feet down, and that led to some driving kicks. And they can shoot the ball. They're a good shooting team, and that showed against us in the first game. We actually didn't get hurt down low like we should have. I mean, we did a really nice job down low. Winters and Lean really did. And now with Tyler Burling back, we should be able to really capitalize on our length and athleticism. Some things we did well that game, though. The first half, we played some great defense and we moved the ball well. When we do well as a team, it starts with ball movement. And I think anybody who's been a fan of the team this year or watched them this year knows that when the offense gets stagnant or when we have too much dribbling is when things just don't go our way. Things go our way when we're moving around. We're more of an up-tempo. And up-tempo doesn't necessarily mean that we're flying up and down the court, running up and down the court and taking bad shots. Up-tempo means even when we're in the half-court offense, there's some snap to our passes. There's snap to our screens. There's snap to our movement. There's a purpose for our movement. We're not just moving for the sake of moving. And I think if you've watched the boys this year, you can really tell the difference when that happens and when they're just moving for the sake of moving. When they're just moving because the offense dictates that I go over here. Rather that I think I should go, or rather making a decision that I'm going to go over here because it'll be the best option to get myself or a teammate open. So that's one thing to watch for Friday if you'd make the trek down to Mora. Another thing would be our shooting. Our shooting is vastly improved with the emergence of sophomore Michael Knobloch since the first time we played these guys. We didn't have much of an outside threat earlier in the season, and other teams knew that. They collapsed the middle on Isaac Winters, and the kickouts were there, but we weren't real comfortable taking those shots, and that's okay. But as the season's progressed, as our players have developed and found out more what their strengths are, we've become a much better shooting team. At least I think we have. I think we have the potential to be a good shooting team. But shooting, like anything, is about confidence. You see flashes of it. Everybody's seen flashes of it during the games. The big thing is, to turn those flashes into consistency. I always said when I was coaching football that repetition creates habit. So hopefully for the guys, they'll start, believing in themselves that if they keep making these shots, they can keep taking them and good things will happen. Overall, I look for it to be another tight contest. With the addition of Tyler, that should create all sorts of matchup problems for Mora, who's big inside, but doesn't have a lot of quickness around the perimeter. They're more of set shooters, which is why our closeouts and our ability to get out and defend the perimeter, as I said before, is going to be key. But look for another close matchup between two evenly matched teams, and hopefully the Streeters will come away with the W.